y'all, so look here. Today I'm going to show you a video on how I make my chicken burgers. Chicken is an alternate to like the average beef burger if you're looking for a more healthier meat to prepare. So here I have 1 pound of grounded white chicken meat, and I have these wet ingredients here. If you missed out on the ingredient list, don't worry. It will be listed below down in the description box. To make sure that you season everything thoroughly. As far as the measurements go, you just season with your eyes. But if you are looking for an actual measurement of everything, I would say like the ingredients that are not sodium consume, you can use a teaspoon, and the ones that are sodium consume, you can use like maybe a half a teaspoon. A lot of times there's myths with chicken that chicken breasts dry out when you cook it or chicken burgers dry out when you cook it, but that is completely false. The key ingredient to having a moist burger is to add in your egg mixture and your breadcrumbs. Sometimes also people do put like a little bit of broth in it. That helps with the moistness. So again, everything is to each his own here. So usually what I do is when I season my food, I always start off with the dry ingredients and mix it in the meats, and then I mix it up with the wet ingredients. It's no preference with the way and in the order you have to season it. Is totally up to you. So I use about half of an egg here just for everything to bind. But again, if you wanted to use more, that is totally up to you. And then I also used about maybe a quarter of a cup of breadcrumbs just to seal and pack everything up so that everything binds together. So you just want to keep mixing up everything until everything has a strong hold to it, as I'm doing here. Like it's going to look a little wet, and that's fine, but that just helps with everything forming together. So here what I'm doing is I am trying to measure out 4-ounce patties, and I'm using my food scale. So give or take 4 ounces, 3.9, 3.8, 4.1, 4.2 ounces. That's what I'm doing to make sure that all my burgers are about equally the same amount of ounces or weights. So I'm just using my food scale to make sure that, everything is perfect. And as you can see, those are my 4 burgers there that I have formed. So now I'm taking my cast iron skillet and I just heated it up with oil on a medium high heat here. You just want to make sure that your pan is heated properly, because if you drop the burgers inside of the pan and it doesn't make that sizzle sound, your burgers is not going to cook thoroughly. So here I'm just adding in some butter for additional flavor. This is totally optional and it's up to you if you want to add it on. And here I'm going to add in my burgers just so you know that we can begin the cooking process. And it took me maybe about 5 to 6 minutes on each side, or until it was browned on the cooking side. And one thing you want to do, and don't follow my instructions, but again, it's to each his own, you don't want to overcrowd your pan. So now what I'm doing here is that I'm flipping my burgers, and you can see that it has gotten browned on that first side. And you just want to make sure it's golden brown like that, or it's brown enough to your liking. So as you can see, some of my burgers are more brown than the other, but that was fine with me because they all cooked the same and there was no like rawness or anything to it. So what I'm doing here, I'm just checking to make sure like there's no like additional juice that's going to come out of it, because again, you just want to keep the moistness of the burger and make sure that the burgers are cooked, which is what I'm doing here. And as you can see, my burgers are about done. So I did leave 2 burgers in just for it to get a little bit of brownness. And these are how my burgers go. So please hit a like, subscribe, comment on the recipe. If you made the recipe, let me know what you think. Again, it's to each his own. I topped my burger with some tomatoes, onions, pepper jack cheese, as well as some ketchup and some Dijon mustard. Again, top it on the way that you like your toppings, but I'm just a simple girl when it comes to burgers. Thank you for watching.